Okay. Sorry. So very good morning to all of you. Today I'm going to discuss about loops. So first I'm going to share host. Host. Hmm, okay. Hmm, okay, so in the previous class, I have discussed if-else condition. So in if-else condition, the particular code will be executed one time or escape. But in the case of loop, a particular code of program can be executed repeatedly. You can say particular code of program can run repeatedly until a given condition returns false. So very a basic difference between loops and if-else conditions. So in if-else condition, some statement will execute or not execute. But in the case of loop, executing a block of statements several times, but depends on the condition. Okay, so a loop is used for executing a block of statements repeatedly until a given condition returns false. So there are, okay, why loops are important? For example, if you want to print triple ITDM is the best 1000 times or 10,000 times. So simply you have to write 1000 or 10,000 printf statements to print triple ITDM is the best. Okay. Another way is using looping. You can use one loop statement and only one printf statement, and you are able to print 1000 times, 10,000 times, and infinity. Okay. So that's why loop is preferable over simple printf statement here. So with the help of loop, you can execute a part of program repeatedly till some condition is true. You put some condition inside the loop that condition will true. So and that condition is true. So all the statement will be executed. Okay. So each execution of the loop body is known as the iteration. How many times your loop will execute known as the number of iteration. That means each execution of the loop body is also known as a iteration. Okay. So loop are used when you want to execute a part of program or a block of statements several times, depend on the condition. Okay. So types of loops. There are three loops, loop statements in C. That is, first one is the for loop, second one is the while loop, and third one is the do while loop. Okay. So syntax of for loop is, first we will write keyword for, and then open a small braces, bracket. Then first step is the initialization, separated by semicolon. Second step is the condition test, separated by semicolon. The third step is the increment or decrement. So first you have to write for, then initialization step, then condition. After that, increment or decrement. And then open braces, write statements, whatever you want to execute inside the for loop. And then after that, at last, you can close the braces. So this is the syntax of for loop. So step one is the initialization. The first initialization happens and the counter variable gets initialized. Okay, you have to take a counter variable and need to initialize. Initialize means initial value of that variable. Okay. Second step is the condition test. Is the very important. So in the second step, the condition is checked where the counter variable is tested for the given condition. So condition test on the variable, counter variable. So if the condition returns true, then the statements inside the body of for loop is executed. Okay, so first step, initialization step. Second is the condition test. When condition test is true, condition is true, then these are statements will execute inside the for loop. Step 2, after 2, we will go inside the body of the for loop. If the condition returns false, then the for loop get terminated and the controls come out of the loop. When condition is true, you will go inside the body of for loop and all statement will execute. If condition will fail, you come out from the for loop and next line will start executing after for loop. After completion of step 2, step 3, after successful execution of a statement inside the body of loop, the counter variable is incremented or decremented depending on the operations. So third step, after completion of second step, third step will involve, so increment or decrement, counter variable will be increase or decrease depending on the operations. You have apply plus plus or minus minus. So plus plus here means plus one increment, or minus minus if any variable int I, so I plus plus means just one value increment, or I minus minus means one value decrease. But there is no need to only one value. You can write to increase the 2, 3, 4, etc. So I equal to I plus 3, I equal to I plus 5. Similarly, I equal to I minus 1, I equal to I minus 5, and so on. I can say you can multiply also. I equal to I into 2, I equal to I into 5, and so on. I equal to I divided by 5. So this is the update. Instead of saying increment or decrement, you can say update counter. Okay, update counter variable. So for loop, in for loop there are 3 steps involved. First is the initialization step, then the condition test. And when condition is true, then inside the body statements will execute, and when fails, come out from the loop. And third step is the update the counter. So this is the flow diagram of for loop. We start the for loop, and first step is the initialization step. Okay, so first step is the initialization step, and after initialization, you will check the condition. If condition is false, then you come out from the for loop. I can say stop the for loop. If condition is true, code inside loop will execute, and after executing, go for update counter, either increment or decrement, whatever. So counter will update, and then again check the condition. If condition is true or false, if condition is true, again code inside loop will execute and go for the update counter, and so. So in this part you can see this is the loop. When condition true, code will execute, update counters, again condition check. So this is the making a loop. That's why I called it, this is the loop. Okay, for is a loop, but while if else, if else is not a loop, you can see that in the their flow diagram. So here is making a loop. Okay. Okay, so I have to record also. Thanks for suggestion. Okay, so this is the flow diagram of for loop. Example of for loop. So here's a very simple example. If I want to print 1, 2, and 3, so this is the code. First, you include header file, hash include stdio.h, so input output standard header files included. Second line is the main function involved, so int main, open braces, int I semicolon, so variable I declare here. The variable I is nothing but a counter for this for loop. Then call for loops for I equal to 1 semicolon. So all the steps separated by here semicolon. So I equal to 1 semicolon. So initialization, this is the initialization step. Initial value of I equal to 1. Okay. And condition is the I less than equal to 3 semicolon I plus plus open braces printf %d backslash n I close braces return 0 and close main function. So this is the program. So what will be the output? Just write in chat box. Chat what will be the output of this code? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Not 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how prints the output will be the output will be 1, 2, and 3 in 3 lines. Why? Because I have written here printf %d /n I. First, you will take the value from I, and then control will go to the new line. A cursor will go for new line. Okay. So first print 1, then 2, and then 3. How? So I equal to 1. Okay. So initial value of I is 1. Then condition will check. I less than equal to 3. I equal to 1. So yes, because 1 less than equal to 3. So 1 less than equal to 3, condition 2. When condition true, then a statement of the body will execute. So what is the statement? Only one statement, printf. So printf %d backslash and I. So I will be print. So what is the value of I is 1. After that, counter will update. What is the update value? I plus plus. So what is the value? I equal to 1, and now I plus plus means 2. I equal to I plus 1. I plus plus means simply I equal to I plus 1. So here will be 2. Again, condition will check. I less than equal to 3. Yes, because 2 less than equal to 3. So again, printf statement will execute. So print 2 in the new line. And again, go for update counter. So I equal to 3. And 3 less than equal to 3. Yes. So print I equal to 3 in the output. Again, counter will increase. I plus plus 4. 4 less than equal to 3. No. So loop will terminate. Okay, it's clear. So output of this program is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Yeah, you can write plus plus I here also. This is the pre-increment and post-increment. So that's I am not saying here anything. I will discuss later on what is the pre-increment, what is the post-increment. But here only understand plus plus means one increment, a minus minus means one decrement. Okay. I will discuss later what is the pre-increment, what is the post-increment, what is the main difference between pre-increment and post-increment. No, if you use plus plus I, then it will print 2 and 3. No, it will print 1, 2, 3. Okay. Either you can use pre-increment or post-increment in the for loop. Answer will be the same. Okay. So don't worry about what is the pre-increment and post-increment. When the time, I will discuss about that. So this is the post-increment I plus plus. Because here not affect because condition will check, then print. After printing, counter will update. So don't worry about the pre-increment or what is the post-increment. Any difference in this loop. Okay, either you can do pre-increment or post-increment, value will same. Yeah. Okay, so various form of for loop in C. So I am using variable num as the counter in the examples. Through examples, I am going to discuss about how many forms you can use for loop. Okay. So here instead of num plus plus, I am using num equal to num plus 1. So already discussed why either you can num plus plus or plus num num, meaning the num equal to num plus 1, which is same as num plus plus. Okay, so for int num equal to 10, num less than 20, num equal to num plus 1. One is the for statement. Okay. This is the simplest form. Another variation in the for loop is that initialization part can be skipped from loop. Okay. Initialization part can be skipped from the loop. Okay. Here I have initialized int num equal to 10. I am not going to initialize in the for loop. It's the above of the for loop initialization part. It num equal to 10. If initialization part can be skipped from the loop as shown in below, the counter variable is declared before the loop. Okay, the counter variable is declared before the loop. Okay, so int num equal to 10 for, but you don't remove this semicolon. Initialization you can done uh, before the loop, but don't skip the semicolon. Semicolon will be there for semicolon num less than 20, num equal to num plus 1. So this is the same as example 1. Okay. Even though you can skip initialization part, but semicolon before condition is must, without which you will get compiler error. Yeah, if I want to increase by 10, yeah, we can write I equal to I plus 10, yeah, I plus equal to 10. Yes, good. Okay, so you can initialize before the loop also, but you have to put semicolon there. So third variation that you can also skip the increment part as you do it below. Okay, similar to initialization, you can skip the increment part. In this case, semicolon is must after condition logic. Okay, the semicolon is required after condition. In this case, the increment or decrement part is done inside the loop. Okay, you can escape the increment or decrement part from the for statement, but increment decrement must be inside the body. So this is the variation for int num equal to 10 semicolon num less than 20 semicolon, and then come in the body open braces, write the statements, and the last you can write num equal to num plus 1. Yeah, whatever you want to write. Yeah. Okay, so this is the another variation. So another variation is that you skip the initialization part and increment or decrement from the for. So counter variable initialized before the loop and incremented inside the loop like this. Okay, int num equal to 10. I forget here the semicolon. So int num equal to 10 semicolon, and for open small bracket and then semicolons num less than 20 semicolon open braces statement num equal to num plus 1 close braces. So all the variation are same. Okay, so you can skip initialization and incremented decremented part from inside the loop. This is the fourth variation. Fifth one is that like increment, you can write decrement also. For that, you have to check the condition like here. So int num equal to 20, semicolon, num greater than 10, condition, num equal to num minus 1, and next statements. So a counter variable can be increment or decrement. Depend, we have to choose appropriate condition and initialization at the time of decreasing. So 5 types of variation in for loop you can write. All are same. Yeah, in the sense of output. Nested for loops in C. If you have a for loop inside another for loop, this is called nesting of loops or nested for loop, nested loops. Okay. So here the example of nested for loops has include stdio.h int main for int I equal to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. Inside the for loop for int I j equal to 0, j less than 4, j plus plus, print a %d, comma %d, backslash n, I comma j, and return 0. What will be the output of this nested for loop? Just write in chat. Nested loop means a loop inside another loop, similar to the if else condition. No. So output of this like that 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3 and 1 comma 0 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. How? Okay. So output of this nested for loop. First outer loop will execute. So int I equal to 0, I initialize with 0 value, and then condition will check I less than 2. Okay, 0 less than 2 true. When true, come inside the outer loop. So what the body of the loop? Another for loop. So what is the for loop? Int j equal to 0, print of 0. So j initialize with the 0 value. Condition is check j less than 4. That means yes, 0 less than 4. So body of the inner loop will execute now. So what is the body of inner loop? %d, comma, %d, I, comma, j. So what will be the value of I? I equal to 0, j equal to 0. So 0, 0 will print. And backslash and go cursor will go for new lines. Again, not we are inside the inner loops. So again, j increment, j will be j equal to j plus 1 means 1 less than 4. Again, inner loop will execute %d, I comma j. So at this time, I is still 0. So 0 comma 1 will print. Similarly, 0 comma 2 will print. Similarly, 0 comma 3 will print. After 0 comma 3, j will increment 4 and tested 4. J less than 4? No, because 4 less than not 4. So this inner loop will terminated. After inner loop terminated, again go in the outer loop. So outer loop I plus plus. So what will be the outer loop? Initial value 0. Now 1. 1 less than 2. Go inside the outer loop. That is the comes only the inner loop. Now come inside the outer loop. Come for the inner loop. Again inner loop will execute for I equal to 1. Sorry. So that's why again is good I equal to 1. So 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, and 1 comma 3, and so on. When inner loop will terminate, again go for outer loop, I equal to 2. So 2 less than 2 false, come out from the outer loop means loop will terminate. So output will be like this: 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3 1 comma 0 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. Here, for each iteration of outer loop, inner loop will execute fully. Okay. For I equal to 0, inner loop will execute for j equal to 0, j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3. Okay. For I equal to 1, inner loop will execute for j equal to 0, j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3. Is clear? So this is a simple for loop where is only one test condition. You can have multiple initialization in the for loop as shown below. Okay, like for I equal to 1, comma j equal to 1, comma semicolon. So first is the initialization step. So initialization step contains two variables I and j. In initialization step, you can initialize any value at the requirement. So here I will initialize I equal to 1, j equal to, comma j equal to 1. Similarly, test condition, I have test condition like I less than 10 and operator j less than 10 semicolon I plus plus comma j plus plus. So what is the difference between above the for loop and simple for loop? It is initializing two variables. Okay. So in for loops, you can initialize multiple variables. I have initialized here two variables. Both are separated by comma. So when you're going to initialize multiple variables inside the for loop, so you have to separate each variable by comma, comma operator. It has two test conditions joined together using AND logical operator. It has two test conditions but joined with the some logical operator. Okay, I have joined with the AND operator. You can apply OR operator also. So you can apply logical operator. Don't like I less than 10, comma j less than 10. So this will wrong. This can join only by using logical operator. You can write only single test condition. I am going to write multiple test condition. We have to write some logical operator. Join with the logical operator. So it has two conditions joined together with n sorry logical operator. So you can't use multiple test conditions separated by comma. You must use logical operator such as and or to join condition. Third is the it has two variables in increment part. So note should be separated by comma. Okay. So increment part, increment or decrement part should be separated by comma. Initialization part should be separated by comma, but condition part join only using logical operator. You can write only one condition. If you write multiple condition in the condition part, you have to write some logical operator to join. Okay. So this is the example of multiple test condition. So hash include stdio.h int main. I think some chat here. So conditions, right? Condition based on your condition, what is logical operator apply? End condition means if you apply end end condition, that means both conditions should be true, then condition will be true. If apply OR operator, any condition will be true, so that condition will be true. Whole condition will be true. You can see the truth table of AND operator and OR operator, so you can understand. Okay. So here is the example of OR operator. I can say OR logical operator. So int main, int I comma j, for I equal to 1 comma j equal to 1, semicolon, I less than 3 or j less than 5, I plus plus comma j plus plus, print of percent d I comma j, and return 0. So write in the chat what will be the output of this code. No, output will be the 1 1 2 2 3 3 and 4 4. Why? You can check that. Sorry. So first in the for loop, initialization step will execute. So what is the initialization step? I equal to 1, j equal to 2. That means now value stored in I is 1 and value stored in j equal to 1. So I equal to 1 and j equal to 1. Then condition will check. What is the condition? I less than 3, yes. Okay, because 1 less than 3 true. So true or operator, j less than 5, yes, 1 less than 5. True or operator, 2. True or operator, true. So true and true or operator give the true value. So condition is true. So or operator only fail when both condition will false. Like I less than 3 false, j less than 5 false, then this condition will false. Okay. So I less than 3 true, j less than 5 true, then will true. The body will execute. What is the value of body? Percent d per comma percent d I comma j. So what is the value in I? I equal to 1, j equal to 1, 1 will print. After printing this statement, increment part will done. I plus plus and j plus plus. So what will be the value of I plus plus? Now 2, j plus plus will be 2. Okay. So I less than 3, yes, 2 less than 3, j less than 5, yes, 2 less than 5, both are true. That means condition is true. So again, we'll go in for body to print I comma j. So what will be I comma j in the new line? Because I have written in the last backslash n. So in the new line, we will print 2 comma 2. Now after printing, increment will happen. So what will be the increment? 2 1 1 2 2 printed. So increment. So now I value will be 3, j value will be 3. I less than 3, no, fail. So 3 less than 3 false. Okay. Or operator 3 less than 5 true. False or operator true. What will value? True. The or condition, if any one condition, any one variable is true variable, so output will be the true. So again condition will true. So here I will print 3 comma 3. Again increment I equal to 4, j equal to 4. Which 4 less than 3 false, 4 less than 5 true, false or operator true. Again true, the 4 will print here. And then increment 5 and 5. So I value is 5, j value 5. 5 less than 3 false, 5 less than 5 false. Now this condition will be false, or operator false, output will be false. So condition is failed, come out from the loop. So 1 1 2 2 3 3 and 4 4 will print. Okay, here is the output.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So I have a doubt in it. Sir, how 3 3 and 4 4 will come? Because the condition is I should be less than 3 now.
Okay. So what is the condition? I am applying here, joining the both condition with OR operator.
Yes.
So in the OR operator, if you know the two variables join in OR operator. So the first variable I less than 3 true. Okay, condition. False according to you. Because I equal to 3 less than 3. So false. J less than 5, 3 less than 5, true. So in the OR condition, condition will true, condition only false when both condition will false, like false or false, then condition will be false. Here false or operator true means true. I think we have to in the truth table of OR operator. Okay, just wait, I'm going to show you. Okay. So this is the truth table of logical operator. X, Y is the operands. So value will be 0, 0, 0, non-zero, non-zero, 0, and non-zero, non-zero. Non-zero means you just assume that 1, okay, true value. 0 means false. So when apply x0 and y0, similar to your test condition. Okay, so x0 and y0, then what will be the x and y? What will value? 0. Okay, 0 and 1. What will value x and operator y? 0. And 1 and 0, so x and y 0. Or 1 and 1 is 1. In the AND operator, only condition will true when both operands are true. Okay, 1, 1. Then condition will. In OR condition, therefore, you can see x or y, x is equal to 0, y equal to 0. 0 means false, I can understand, 1 means true. So 0, 0 means x and x or y equal to 0. When both condition are false, then x or y will be 0, 0 and false. X0 and Y0, then X or operator Y will be 0. Similarly, it is visible. So 0,
Yes, sir.
so 0 and 1. X is equal to 0 and Y equal to 1. Then X or operator Y will be here is the wrong. I don't know why it's written. Here will be 1. 1. This is letter C book, but this is the wrong here. 0 and non-zero, X or operator will be 1. Okay.
Okay, sir.
1 and 0, so value will be 1. 1 and 1 value will be 1. So here is the wrong here, 0 and 1, here should be 1 also. So only when apply OR operator, only that condition is failed and both operands are 0. Okay, it's clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the OR operator, and I less than 3 assume like X, or J less than 5 assume like Y. So Y less than 3, when I equal to 3 and J equal to 3, so 3 less than 3, 0, and 3 less than 5 is 1. So 0 OR operator 1. What will value? 1. So this condition is true. That's why 3, 3 and 4, 4 will print. If you apply here OR operator, AND operator, then what will you output? Only 1, 1 and 2, 2. Because when 3 less than 3 fail, AND operator 3 less than 5 true. So 0 AND operator 1 means 0. In the AND operator, only this condition will true when both sides condition will true. True AND operator true, then true and false, that means false, false and true means false. Okay. So when apply here the instead of OR operator, we will apply the AND operator. The value will be printed as 1, 1 and 2, 2 only. Someone is saying that I plus plus not should be increment because condition is failed. No, here I am using two condition and merging with OR operator. That's why increment here. Okay. You can write this code and check in your system. While loop. So another loop is the while loop. The syntax of while loop. Okay. So syntax of while loop very similar to this variation of for loop. Okay. Int num equal to 10 for semicolon, num less than 20 semicolon statement, and num equal to num plus 1. Here also semicolon. Is very similar to the while loop. Just instead of writing for, write while, and remove the semicolon from both sides. This will be the while loop. Okay. So from for loop, any for loop can be converted into the corresponding while loop, and while loop can be corresponding converted into a for loop. Okay. So this is the variation, very similar to while loop. Just writing the here for keyword, write while, remove the semicolon from both sides. This will be the